Now, you remember, we were told that MAGA was for working class Americans. But this is a government of, by, and for the ultra-rich. It is the wealthiest cabinet ever. This is the Epstein class. Trump was supposed to fight for the working class. Instead, he's literally closing rural clinics and hospitals to cut taxes for George Soros and Elon Musk. This is the most corrupt administration of all time, and everybody knows it. The president and his family's net worth has increased by billions since he took office. The president and his sons have been very busy taking money from foreign governments and foreign interests. Our president is suing the United States for $10 billion. This is actually a thing he's doing. Did you see this? It pays to be friends with the president. It pays to kiss this president's ass. Now, you remember, we were told that MAGA was for working class Americans. You remember that? But this is a government of, by, and for the ultra-rich. It is the wealthiest cabinet ever. This is the Epstein class ruling our country. They are the elites they pretend to hate. So prices are up, jobs are going away, Medicaid and school lunches are slashed, nursing homes are getting defunded. If you're Steve Bannon, and your pitch was Trump for the forgotten man and woman, how do you sell any of this? Trump was supposed to fight for the working class. Instead, he's literally closing rural clinics and hospitals to cut taxes for George Soros and Elon Musk. He was supposed to end the globalist world police foreign policy. Instead, we're doing war for oil and nation building again and threatening to conquer Greenland. He was supposed to drain the swamp. Instead, this is the most corrupt administration of all time, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Listen to what Marjorie Taylor Greene just said about MAGA last week. I'm serious. Marjorie said, she said, quote, "I think people are realizing it was all a lie." Hold on, it gets better. Marjorie said, "What MAGA is really serving in this administration, who they're really serving, is their big donors." Guys, this is Marjorie Taylor Greene talking. She went on. Marjorie said, quote, "The big donors that donated all the money and continue to donate to the president's PACs and are donating to the big ballroom, those are the people who get the special favors, they get the government contracts, they get the pardons." All true. Spot on. Marjorie, welcome to the resistance. It's a big tent. I think never in the history of corruption has so little effort gone into hiding so much graft. There's the pardon factory. They're running out of DOJ, donors and political allies straight to the front of the line. And then, of course, the president and his family's net worth has increased by billions since he took office. The president and his sons have been very busy taking money from foreign governments and foreign interests. Like there's Sheikh Tahnoon, national security advisor in the United Arab Emirates, who deposited $2 billion in Trump's crypto firm just after the administration granted his government access to the most sensitive American AI chips. There's Justin Sun, the Chinese crypto titan, under investigation by the SEC, who bought tens of millions of dollars of Trump coins just before that SEC investigation went away. Dar Global, the real estate fund tied to Saudi royals, has new Trump deals in 4 countries. The governments of Qatar and Oman are investing too. But Trump doesn't just want money from foreign governments. He wants money from the US government too. So our president is suing the United States for $10 billion. This is actually a thing he's doing. Did you see this? And if you're thinking, wait a minute, isn't that our tax dollars? The answer is yes. It is our tax dollars. Of course, the president isn't just looking out for himself. He's helping his friends and allies. Like, have you ever heard of a drug lord named Juan Orlando Hernandez? It's a wild story, because he used to be the president of Honduras. But a couple years ago, a federal judge here in the United States sentenced him to 45 years for conspiring to traffic hundreds of tons of cocaine into the United States. He had taken millions from the Sinaloa cartel and used the Honduran army and police to help them run drugs to America. And then Donald Trump pardoned him. Donald Trump pardoned a man who helped the cartels make billions of dollars trafficking vast amounts of cocaine into the United States. Donald Trump freed him because he was Donald Trump's political ally, and because this guy sent a 4-page letter to Trump saying he was a better president than Biden. But then they will tell you with a straight face that the raid in Venezuela was about drugs. See, Maduro should have just sent Trump a check or sponsored the ballroom. By the way, Maduro's successor in Venezuela seems to have directed $500,000 to Trump's inauguration. Someone should probably look into that. The fact is, it pays to be friends with the president. It pays to kiss this president's ass. And if you really need something, you can always just pay the president. Whether you're a sheikh or a felon or a kingpin or a political donor, there's a buffet of corrupt options to curry favor with this administration. And yes, Donald Trump cut our health care so people like Elon Musk would pay lower taxes. But don't forget, he also cut our health care to fund the creation of a huge federal paramilitary force. Now look, there are still plenty of patriots serving our country in the U.S. government and decent, hard-working folks in federal law enforcement trying to do the right thing every day. But this ain't that. And the American people are asking, why are roving gangs of masked men who look like they couldn't pass the Army physical exam dressed up like pretend Delta Force operators, wearing camouflage and carrying ARs on the streets of American cities, setting up checkpoints to harass commuters, demanding papers, dragging people screaming from their cars, and shooting people to death? They don't have to identify themselves. They don't have to explain why you've been stopped. Film them and they tell you you've been added to a terrorist watch list. A Republican congressman running for Senate in Texas said, quote, "When a federal officer gives you instructions," he said, "you abide by them and you get to keep your life." Obey the federal government, they tell us, or die. What happened to "don't tread on me"? And by the way, if you're carrying a firearm, the Trump administration said they have license to kill you. Are there any principled constitutional conservatives left in the United States? Because it's not just the Department of Homeland Security, but shredding our Bill of Rights. The administration is fast corrupting the Justice Department and even our intelligence agencies. And yes, they are laying the groundwork for mischief in the upcoming elections. The president said we'd never need to vote again. Then he said we shouldn't have elections. Now he says he wants to take over the elections. And like a scene out of some banana republic, Tulsi Gabbard, the country's spy chief, comes to Fulton County, Georgia, to oversee the seizure of ballots. Your ballots. Tulsi said the president asked her to go, which means the president is personally managing federal raids on election sites in battleground states, all in service of his obsession with overturning the 2020 election and laying the groundwork for whatever they're plotting this year. But they made a big mistake. They came to Fulton County, Georgia. They came to the political and spiritual heart of the civil rights movement. They came to the doorstep of John Lewis's congressional district. And as a result, we are going to mobilize the biggest and most unstoppable turnout in state history.